Today we're going to be working on multiplying fractions by a fraction, which is what Module 4, Lesson 14 and 15 is all about. So in the previous lessons, we learned about how to multiply a fraction by a fraction when we used a model. Today we're going to try to get away from using models, and we're going to use standard algorithm and then by changing units. So the first thing I want to do though is draw a model just so we can understand what this looks like. So 1/2 looks like this. And then 2/3, we're going to divide it the other way, color in 2 out of 3. Then we have 1/2 by 2/3 in a model. But we can also say 1/2 of 2/3 and change it to kind of unit form. Half number form, half unit form. Well, if I know 1/2 of 2, then I know 1/2 of 2/3, because thirds is just the unit of 2. Just like 2 pineapples or 2 centimeters or 2 tens. So if I know 1/2 of 2 is 1, I know 1/2 of 2/3 is 1/3. All we're doing is adding the unit. There's one more way, though, we can solve this. And the other way we can solve this is by multiplying across. So we, again, have 1/2 times 2/3. And we can say 1/2, or 1 times 2 is 2. And 2 times 3 is 6. But that's not in the simplest form. So what we're going to do is we're going to try it one more time. And if you take a look, you see a 2 and a 2. But we know that with multiplication, it doesn't matter which number we multiply by each other. We can kind of switch the numbers around and we'll still get the right answer. Because if you think about it, 1 times 2 is 2. And 2 times 1 is 2. You can switch around those numbers and still get the right answer. So I can say, well, I know if I switch these numbers around, I could say 1 over 3, 1 and 3, times 2 over 2. Well, I know, though, that 2 over 2 is the same as 1 whole. And multiplying by 1 whole doesn't change our answer. So our answer would be 1/3. Or if we go back up to the top up here, I can cross out my 2's because I found a match, or simplifying it before we multiply. I can cross out my 2's and I have 1/3 left over. So our last method is simplifying before we multiply. If we simplify before we multiply, we must have the same numerator, a number that's in the numerator and denominator that's the same, and we can match them and cross them out and then simplify it over to the right.